Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. How is everybody? Hello. I thought you said you were going to make it. David. Damn Tuesday, Russell. Yeah. You're leaving the few. All right. Very good. Very good. Ah. I got a couple things to talk about today, but I'll wait until everybody kind of shows up. Received a nice package in the mail today. It would rain overnight and this morning. Yeah, it's been real nice here. So of course, Lisa's back, and there doesn't seem to be a possible drop of rain in the sky. Whereas last week we had rain half the time. So, things to talk about sounds up. No, I just hey Gabriel. I just got something in the mail today from one of our listeners, and I would like for him to be present when I mention it, so to make sure that he gets my full gratitude for the gift that he sent. So yeah, Lisa is back to work today. She got home about gosh, what time was it? I don't know, 7:30 ish. Twitch isn't cooperating with your phone. 7:30 ish, give or take, and she was like up for about an hour and a half, and then like maybe less than that, and went to sleep, and that was it. She was out, but then she was up at 6 a.m. So that was fun. So yeah, but she's back at work today. She got actually quite a bit of sun. Apparently it was supposed to be like overcast and rainy, and they went and it was sunny and 85, and she didn't bring any sunblock or any sunscreen or anything like that, and they couldn't find it, and by the time she realized she needed it, there was none to be found, and she didn't have a hat, and it was like, so her face is about the color of my shirt. So, and she's got a little red arms, and it's not too bad. I guess it was worse a few days ago, but she hit the aloe vera pretty seriously when she got home. So, let's see what's cooking. I will get interrupted at once. I do have a delivery that apparently I didn't know was coming yesterday, and when I left early yesterday, I had a Schaefer delivery that they attempted to make, but since I wasn't here, they didn't do it. So I will get interrupted. It's supposed to be redelivered today. I get interrupted briefly for that. We're going to try to continue working on that touchdown desk pen that we were starting yesterday. Could it be the new Legacy in blue and gray? Well, if I said it could be, I'd be lying. I did get in today. We can talk about this. I know it's not a repair thing, but it is a pen thing, and well, it's my stream. I do whatever I want. We got the new Twisby Horseyear, Eco Horseyear in, and I'm really curious to see what this looks like. So let's open one up, shall we? This is going to be for a local customer. Sorry, you have to go. Yeah, no big deal. Get your money's worth out of the truck, for sure. We'll talk to you later. This is the new Horseyear, and they've started doing these new labels, which are really great. You don't really care, but they're doing the color on the side, so they're easy. Because before it used to be like this, and then there was like a color dot to help identify the color, but then, you know, then there's like several different greens and several different blues, and, you know, like, and then if it had a different color trim, then it was like a circle with that, you know, something, and it was like really hard to figure out. I mean, you absolutely had to match up the skew, but now they started doing this on all their new releases, so it's much easier to identify. I'm sure Don's not watching, but Don, this is your pen. They're all the same, so this is not one of those everyone is different kind of deal. Oh, there we go. So silver trim. Oh, that's, you know, that's that's nicer than I thought. There's a cap, and it's definitely, you can run your finger over. It's definitely raised. Standard silver trim. Let's take a close up. There's the horse. I don't know what that is. Pot of gold. I don't know what that is. I don't really know the symbology here. Chinese coin, I'm sure is what that is. But it's kind of nice. It's kind of fun, and it's actually, it's quite raised. Seems like it's got a little bit of something over it. Here's the cap. But it's fun. It's fun. If you're into, a lot of people are decorating their Twisbees. This is just kind of a fun little something different. Very limited. For once, we were not able to get our entire allotment, and when they are out, they are out. So what I have is what I have. So that is the new horse here. Extra fine, medium broad, 1.1 stubs. And I believe these are the same price as the other silver trimmed Ecos. So they're not, you know, like the new bronze ones are like around $58. These are less. These are less. All right. There. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna organize my stuff here. So this is that touchdown we were working on with the stub nib. I'm not going to actually put it together until we can verify that the actual nib unit itself is going to be usable, because it had ossified sac clogging up the feet. So this morning I took it and I filled it in a jar. I don't have any repeat-o-ease. I need to buy some. But I put it in some Dr. G's, and I did get quite a nice blue. And then I put this in the ultrasonic. So maybe not quite like repeat-o-ease, but I thought anything I can do to get this working. Let's see, can I do that? That'll fit over there. It doesn't feel like it's unclogged, but maybe I get lucky. I can get something. Okay, you can see I'm actually starting to get. I'm getting drops, but I don't know if it's because it's. Okay, not happening. So we got a couple options. First things first. Is I'm going to see if I can get any last bits out of here. Nope. I'm thinking that it's only clogged just a little bit inside. It does come apart. Yeah, that's my understanding. My understanding is it threads apart. Which I'm trying to avoid breaking it. The hood or the yeah. Guess we're gonna have to see if it comes apart. I believe it's threaded. I think it has to be threaded. Von Zorn sells the O-ring that lives in there. It's such a nice stub nib. Oh, just stab myself with a pick. That was fun. All right. Well, now we're in a better place. Seems a little rough. I'm going to dump these back in. Might have to get one of those. All right, well, we'll let that soak. While we're doing that, I got a tray of pens I need to clean. I need to get these done pronto. Couple vanishing points, couple metros at 3776. Nice prelude. We got extra vanishing point nib unit here. And then a couple pens that we are going to, don't forget, this Thursday is the sign up for Pelican Hub this year, which will be September 25th, which is a Friday. But you can start signing up and registering on the 25th, this Thursday. So I've got a couple of these 3 pens here. I think we're going to give away as drawings just because. We got a Bexley here. We got a couple of 3 desk pens that I may or may not be able to use. So we'll look at those. They're nice. Look at this nice. I think this is a speed line too. Early vacuumatic. I really can't tell what year this is. 41. Nib needs a little work, but not too bad. I actually think I have a base for this. There we go. That's better. But some of these are going to be a real simple clean. This is a stub vanishing point nib unit. Let's see. Discontinued silver. Border looks good. But we're gonna drop it in there anyway. Blue Carbonesque, one of my favorites. Definitely needs to be cleaned out. These just came in. actually last week. The Eversharp desk set that came is quite handsome, although it has two different pens, which I did notice. One has a hard rubber socket. Eversharp called it a humidor in taper. Oh, I have a desk set to show. The other is all plastic, so I wonder what the options were in the catalog. Interesting. I've got a desk set. I don't think that pen has actually ever been used. Let me just pull these, couple of these apart here. This is a weird Duke. It's got a faceted barrel, which is kind of squinched here. It's got kind of a... The converter is back here. Very strange pen. And now I just yanked the nib out. This one doesn't look to be inked. Very, very, very strange pen. This is kind of a nice looking Bexley, but it has a small issue, so I'm gonna see if it actually, it's a piston or probably a captive converter. But it actually does fill. Okay. Oh, it's clean. What was I gonna do? I don't remember what I was gonna do. Oh! That's not the recommended method to clean your converter, is to drop it in the... See if I can get this apart. Now, for funsies, I'm just gonna drop that in the Dr. G's. Hmm. Interesting pen. You sent the folder. Let's take a look, see if I can find it here. Oh, desk set. I have a desk set to show you. There it is. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can share this. Eversharp called it a humidor, huh? Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Let's do this. Let me see if I can open it up here. All right. Bear with me for a second. Oops. There it is. So did it come with the, it came with the calendar. Yeah, I like the humidor. That's an interesting, I like the hard rubber trumpet. I mean, maybe they asked for it that way. That's a nice looking set. I like the base. And that's the correct month. Well, I mean, you know, back in the day, hard rubber was, I mean, you know, you bought hard rubber too, it was black. So it would be really hard to tell the difference. It would not have been olive and black. It would have been all the cards in there. Oh, so you can swap those out. So it's a perpetual calendar. Okay. All right. I was going to say that's pretty impressive because, you know, every 7 years, it's only every year, 7 years, it's the same. So anyway, yeah, that's nice. Let me go get my desk set. It's brand new. Lisa did bring it back from Denmark, but it is from Lisa's mother. So hang on. So her mother brought this with her just so she could give it to Lisa to bring back to me. You ready for this? Shit. This is a desk set. This is my new desk set. It's a desk set. I was hoping the top opened up, but it doesn't. So, yeah. You like that, Omaha? Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh. Now I got to manufacture. I got to manufacture like a little desk set or something to put on it. There's an Esterbrook, one of those rods from the Diplo set, but they can make that the pen, and maybe I'll make like a little round Diplo set or something. Yeah. Now I'll find a cardinal that'll fit it. Yeah, cardinal that'll sit in the chair, maybe. So yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's cute. I like that it's even got a little groove here, comfort groove, as it were, to sit in. Thank you. Thanks, Mom. All right. Almost forgot about that. In a desk nameplate that you have to use a loop to read what it says. Yeah. I can write pretty small. I can write, sentences inside a dime. Ooh, this water is nice and toasty. Your little Eggins Hamler is a bit large for that? Oh, you mean you're not going to send it to me? Well, these pens are actually pretty clean. I charged up my salad spinner today, so we're ready to go. Although, since I have some vanishing point nib units, I'm going to use the old one. Uncapped, it's 2 2/4 inches. Yeah, like that wall 0. I guess I should have paid attention, which I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, these are both calligraphy mediums. Okay, great. Do I stream on YouTube also? Yeah, I stream both at the same time. So that's why if you hear me talking to somebody that's not in Twitch, they're on YouTube. You have a wall 0 on the way? If you collect the small pens, the wall 0 was kind of a necessity. So if you are in the... Oh, you swapped over to YouTube. Okay. If you are in the Appleton area, we decided we're going to give these couple of these lesser expensive pens we're going to give away at the this door prizes for the Pelican Hub. Just cause this one doesn't look like it's ever been used. Kosu C-nib. I am not giving this one away. But it will be for sale. Probably in about a week. Oh, did I take this one apart? I did. No, I didn't. Almost forgot the Prelude. So I'm going to go to Salad Spinner 2.0 because I have the Vanishing Point. You see the little one there on the top at about 2 o'clock. That's for Vanishing Point nib units. And I don't quite have one set up in my new spinner. Oh, I dumped it in there, didn't I? Guess I don't need a... It's just a smaller pipette cut down so that the Vanishing Point nib units will fit in there nice and tight. Oops. You ended up heading to Des Moines and Clear Lake in Iowa. This last weekend, you hit up a few thrift stores. It is abysmal for pens and such. I mean, props to everybody who does that kind of stuff, but it's just so, you know, you just have to do so much hunting to get anything. Okay. So, yeah, and a lot of it was grossly overpriced. Saw a good shaver for 85, but no nib. Wow. I mean, it better have been solid gold at that price. All right, we'll get the fully charged electric spinner now. It actually didn't need to be charged. It was at 75%. That's a student model. Hang on. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. You need a big turn?
Yeah, so it's so kind of package thing. Instead of like 2, you get 3.
Okay.
The shipper put the same label on there, so it won't stand. Yeah. That's how they say it. You're excited. No, I get that sometimes with the big e-bikes too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when it's $100.
Huh.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
Thanks so much. Yep. All right, that was my FedEx delivery. Which should be a group of new legacies and Schaefer coffee pens. And I forget what else I ordered. Apparently 3 boxes worth of stuff. So if you were looking for, what was it, last week or the week before, we did a coffee themed mailer, which was wildly successful. And I literally sold out of every single Schaefer coffee pen I had in stock. Every single one. Fountain pens, ballpoints, roller balls in 100s, VFMs. It all sold out. So this should be a restock of that stuff. Gary, how you doing? I'm gonna finish this. Did I even bother with this? No, I didn't take that one apart, did I? This one was brand new in the box. Yeah, that's it. So now that Gary's here, as a good stopping point, I want to thank our good friend Gary in the chat for an unexpected package that arrived at my shop today. Let's move this out of the way. So, as some of you know, I am a pretty big cycling fan. Pretty big is maybe an understatement. But one of my other hobbies is cycling related, is Tour de France history, and pretty much anything related to the Tour de France. I watch all the cycling races, but when this arrived in the mail today, the official Tour de France guide for 2026, what a fantastic magazine. It's got all the maps, all the course profiles, men's and women's editions, teams, all the podium places from all time, which, you know, most books will have this information for the leader, the yellow jersey, but you won't see the green jersey competition or the polka dots. Is the white jersey in here? I would imagine it probably is somewhere. There it is. Youth, and you won't see this information. This is one of the finest. Here's all the team information, the whole roster, height, weight, number of wins, tour wins, all that stuff. Remco, he's not going to win. He just can't. He'll complain about it, but that's about as far as it'll go. Yes, it arrived. What a fantastic, I can't wait to dig through this later tonight. I've been kind of poking through it throughout the day. And it's just fun. And it came with a wall poster of the map. And so I hung it up in the shop here. Originally, I was going to put it over a case, and I thought, well, man, that might be a little bit too much on the nose. Lisa might not like that. So I kind of hung it. I can see it. It's off to my left here. I can see it from my bench. Anybody who walks in will see it. And so for the month of July, I'll have the map of the tour, and the women's tour is on there. On the wall, so you can kind of look at it and see what's going on. And it's nicely numbered, start, arrival town, and stuff like that. And what I do like about it, so that's hanging up. And on the other side, there's another poster which I'm actually considering getting framed, because it's I hope you read it cover to cover by tomorrow live stream. It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. So, and this is like really current too. It talks about, it talks about Jonas winning the Giro, which, like, for me happened like 3 days ago. But it happened last month. But the backside of the poster, for you cycling fans, it just cracks me up. And like, my cycling room, which also kind of doubles as my pen room, or my pen library, where I have my pen books, and where eventually someday I want to display my desk sets. One of the things I collected are vintage photographs, primarily from the tour. I'm trying to really limit it. But one of my key things is I have photographs of original tour winners going all the way back to 1934. I don't have them all, but I have select ones, including multiple original press photographs from the 1934 Tour de France. I think I have 5 or 6, including a signed postcard from the winner in 34, which is super cool. But the backside of this is a picture of Wout van Aert beating Tadej Pogačar at Paris-Roubaix this year. And you can't tell me, and it's sponsored by Cervelo, you can't tell me they didn't do that on purpose. Like, yeah, well, let's make sure Pogačar is in the frame. the world champion getting beat at Paris-Roubaix by Wout van Aert. It's really it just makes me chuckle looking at it so much that I would, and Wout is unfortunately, he's never going to win the Tour de France. He'll never come out on top. He's always a GC contender, but he's never going to win it. And I might actually get it framed, get it kind of flattened out, because it was obviously it came folded in here, and then you just where was it? I think it was in here, yeah. And you had to rip it out, but then it's all folded up, and I might get it framed, because it just makes me chuckle, because they're going, they could have picked any photograph of Wout van Aert winning any race, of which he's won many, but they picked that one, which was without doubt a significant victory for him. But anyway, so thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna start digging into this evening. There's no way I'm gonna finish it, but I mean, what a great thing! If you were gonna go to France, they've got the streets. They have the actual course is here. It's not just from Barcelona to wherever. It's the actual roads and what streets you take to follow the route. You could say, okay, well, I want to be here when the peloton passes by. What a great book. I've had versions like this before, but they've never been this complete. So, thank you so much. It's wonderful. And and I can see why you've got 20 of them. I can see why you keep them, because they're really, really super cool. So anyway, thank you for that. Now I'm going to put it somewhere. Put it over here. All right. You found a snorkel in one of the shops in Prescott. The cap threads were messed up and you could hear the rust inside. They wanted $65. Rob, who publishes the book, is a one-man show. You have the last 20 years. The guy just found out this was going to be his last edition, but someone has bought in to ease his workload. Yeah, it's, and they go above and beyond, really above and beyond, I think. I'm really impressed. You do things pretty well here. I'm trying to think if I actually have the old, I had one from like I want to say it was like the 98 edition. Something similar, but not quite as, it was thick and it had all the teams. And I always liked that. I thought, well, why doesn't somebody do that? Give me all the team members, and all their stats and all the teams that are going to be in it. And, because they know that stuff. Give me that information. And nobody did. But anyway, it's fun stuff. And I also, last week, let's see if these are done. I didn't say anything because I'm still waiting to get billed for it, which is, who knows how much that's going to be. I actually, and I stumbled upon this by accident on one of the, on the Invaluable website, which I don't remember if it was you, Gary, or somebody else, or maybe it was David, mentioned it was a good place to go to look for, for all sorts of things. And I hadn't been there in months, and I just happened to stumble across it. I was looking in my browser on my phone, where I had that page open, and I noticed there were some original press photographs of the 1951 to 1955 Tour de France, black and white, of course, and including some of the tour winners that I don't have. And I'll be damned, it was like ending the next day. So I said, well, okay, well, I'm probably not going to win, but I'll throw in a bid, and wouldn't you know it, I won the damn auction. And it was like 184, and they showed like 6. So I have no idea what I'm getting, because those are years where, Kopi rode in 50, Kopi won in 55, I think. Well, this book over here will tell me, but yeah, Coblay for sure. Um, so once they get that ironed out, as far as shipping is concerned, I'll get it. But it's in the Netherlands right now, so it could be a couple of weeks before I. Who knows how long it's going to be before I get the shipping quote. But normally the ones I buy, they're 20, 25 bucks a piece. I didn't pay 25 bucks a piece for these. Oh, that looks good. So I am excited about that. That's the and for all you who are new here, this time of year, I do like cycling, and we will talk about it whether you want me to or not, while we repair pens. He used to publish a monthly bike magazine. It was the best magazine out there. He stopped publishing it 10 years ago. Ah. Yeah, I mean, it was, I couldn't, and so it was a live auction, and it happened to be like noon to 4, and like perfect. And it was an early lot, so I did it before the stream, and I'm watching it, and like I say, it was in the Netherlands, and you could watch the auctioneer, and it came to my lot. I was the only bid, and then I just happened to be so unlucky as to have somebody in the audience, of all things, in the audience, in the Netherlands, at the physical auction, bid against me. So I didn't get it for my opening bid, but I didn't bid too much higher. And so, like I say, there's like 184 pictures, silver gelatin, black and whites, and they showed 6. And many of them, not all, but many actually have documentation, in French, of course. But they have documentation regarding who's in the image, what stage, the whole ball of wax. I wonder if this is obviously got to come out. That's probably a terrible idea, isn't it? It is jammed up on this side. Oh, don't do that. So I've been collecting those old photographs for a couple of years now. And it's easy to get prints and things, but I like the old photographs. I think they're more interesting. And to have the actual photograph is pretty seriously cool. Oh, hey, look. Okay, that's a good sign. Why didn't it blow through? There we go. Unfortunately, it's going to be more expensive to ship it and to pay the buyer's premium than it will be than what I have paid for the lot. I'm certain. We're spoiled. I tell you what, we're spoiled here, at least in the U.S., at pen show auctions with the 10% buyer's premium. This was like 31.3%. Insane. and I'm a little bit at the mercy of the auction house. They're probably gonna charge me. I mean, it's probably gonna cost me $75 to ship the damn thing. Okay. Well, I can literally see right through that, so that's good. That didn't work. Come on. So that goes there. This ends into there. We'll do a little silicone. On these threads. Stayed up late to win a bid on a Pelican 400 Gunter Wagner. Also bought a Pilot 845 Arushi to beat the price increase. Yeah, I've been told that the price increase isn't going to hit the U.S. until January. Genealogical Society used to be involved in publishing Quarter magazine. They published hardbound special books, so you know what goes into doing that. One of the books you were the editor for. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those situations where you go like, well, if I was going to read this, what information would I want to see? Or sometimes that translates and sometimes it doesn't, because when we started doing our own images for a website instead of using stock imagery or using whatever I photographed, because I'm not a photographer. I just had a camera. So well, I want to see if I pick up a pen, any angle that I look at is an image I want to have. Available. And so it ended up being like 10 or 12 images per pen. And it seemed like a good idea. Okay, there we go. There we go. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but as it turns out, people don't care. If they did, it certainly didn't translate really very well into sales. Nobody ever said, hey, well, I appreciate just putting 12 images of every aspect of the pen. And so we kind of stopped doing that. Because, 12 images per pen that's a lot of photography and editing time. And people we found people are going to other websites, other competitors who are using stock images, and everybody seemed to be okay with that. Which I don't understand, but if it's not translating to sales, then why am I doing it? All right. Lisa never finishes her beverage. If she says, oh, I really would like a soda for lunch. Okay, fine. Here, bring a soda. And then she never finishes it, so I end up having to drink it. All right. This is coming together. That's kind of ugly. Well, we don't have to deal with that right now. They won some awards. Cool. Hmm. That's nice. All right. All done by volunteers. Come on. Deal with that in a minute. I think this is not clean. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's a little something in there. Now, is it going to kill you if you left that in there? No, but it just goes in better when it's not there. What a cool nib this is going to be. All right. Well, I never thought that one was going to be so difficult. Right, we'll tackle that rest of that tomorrow. It's con 50. Still got a little bit of ink in there, but it's much better. Yucky stuff coming out the back. So yeah, there's a little hole in there. And my syringe just perfectly fits in there. Can't seem to get this band off. That would be the obvious best option if we could get this apart. Got it a little bit out of, squished it a little out of round. Converters are the only thing that I would like say that it's, it's cool to take apart on a regular basis. They're disposable items. A friend of mine just texted me. I can't repeat what he said, but it was in reference to wherever. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man, I try to keep this a family friendly show. I can't say what he said. He said, let's restart Built Well and race to the bottom." Oh man, that right there is some just comedic stuff. Okay, so that I think goes on. This guy. Hmm. Okay, works. Now that I got it wet, I got to spin it out again. Oh, this makes my day. Right, right. Well, that would be a brand to resurrect, wouldn't it? All right. Right. Blue Carbon-esque. I love this. I wonder if I have one of these. That's what I would. That's just such a cool pattern. I love that it's a regular. You know, it's not extra money for the Carbon-esque. All right, so that kind of cleans up that tray pretty much. I'll have to work on those guys. These guys are pencils and such. But yeah, these could be nice. But we'll see if I'm pretty sure I got a base for this somewhere. But yeah, we'll donate these three middle ones here. Those will be giveaway prizes at the this one's got a food nib. Oh, that's Parker. And this one is just weird. It's got a black cap, which says Rhyme Star. And the barrel is like this blue with sparkly, and it's faceted in the middle. Right there, it's faceted. Not at the end, kind of in the middle. With the taper. And then a captive converter of some sort. I really don't think this comes out. Nope. That'll be a good freebie for somebody. Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at this guy too here. Yeah, that's pretty clean. This is probably too big to fit in the salad spinner, but we'll just leave it open. Oh, we got a nib unit in here yet. Paper Prelude. So had I been on my game, I'd have had these ready for this week, but That's all right. We got a bunch of they should be done by the end of the week, although it's Tuesday, so who knows. A bunch of very nice pencils, and I think I showed them off a couple weeks ago when I got them. Oh, yes, I got one here. Japanese pencil, so those are going to go up on the site pretty soon. I did show them off because a couple of you bought some, didn't you? I actually almost bought one of them myself today, but I haven't decided I want to pay the price yet. Because they're not mine. But I don't collect pencils, so do I really want to spend that much on a pencil? I don't know. I mean, they're not a lot. They're not a lot. Just I passed up a desk set yesterday. That kind of made me mad. A new Esterbrook variant that I was not familiar with. But I had just bought all those photographs and a couple other things, so. All right, it's 4 o'clock. All right, we're gonna, let's see. We'll just start the disassembly on this. I don't think we'll get too far. We got some pencils and stuff that work, so those I'm just gonna clean up and those are gonna go out of here. Duofold Jr. I actually couldn't believe somebody was bidding against me on this desk set, but it was a dipless. And it, you have the same blue Monteverde pen for sale on eBay? It was a dipless set with a calendar on it. I thought that's pretty cool. But right now I don't have any place to display them, so if I buy something, it just ends up in a box, which is kind of depressing. That's where you're at. Display space is getting thin. Well, I went from having my office essentially in my old house. I had a 2-story house, and the second floor actually was near identical, save for a sunroom on the first floor, was identical to what was on the first floor. So my office actually was at one point a kitchen. In fact, when I bought the house, there was a sink where my desk ended up being. But I had the cabinets for like all the dishes and stuff, and I put glass. I had glass fronts on some, but not all. So I just converted them all to glass fronts, and I put my desk sets there. So I had really great desk set storage and pen storage, for stuff that didn't fit in a pen chest. But I kind of lost that. Well, I did lose that. Didn't kind of. I did lose it. And so I don't have a bookshelf or anything to put them in yet. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace because there are some deals to be had, and unfortunately the ones that are really good deals are like 300 miles away from me, so that doesn't work. This is kind of just a silly thing, but I think, whatever. It actually, the nib actually looks good. If it writes good, it'll be a really inexpensive, oversized pen for somebody. Oh, well. That's no good. What do we got here? Oh, we got a little Waterman with a nib that needs to be reset or something. Kind of goofy, doesn't it? I like to try to get as much off as possible before it goes in the water. In other words, your water just gets mucked up. You continue to have pen storage issue? I guess it happens when you keep buying pens. My problem is I like ephemera and desk sets. And I once had to turn down. Well, it's not a problem, but I do happen to like being married this time around. I once had to turn down the most amazing Parker display case ever. Well, maybe not ever, but it was pretty amazing. It was a flat countertop model that was about yay high, but it was about 4 feet long. I think it held 4 or 6 trays. It was really something special. And actually, I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, I wonder if he still has that. Because it was not a pen collector, the gentleman who had it. But he kind of liked it. This is a goofy little thing, but this might actually turn out to be a pretty cool pen. See, what you need to do, Gary, is you need to buy a printer's type chest. I don't know what you might have available to you in Australia, but around these parts, actually not too far from here, Hamilton made chests, or chests were made for Hamilton real near here. So you run into them reasonably frequently. Well, not reasonably frequently. You run into them. You know, and they stayed somewhere and they didn't really move, you know. All right, those are 61s. There's a great one at the antique mall near you. You can't remember the price. And that's the other thing, is they're always more expensive than they need to be. They make fantastic toys. They're 100 and I forget what, 150, 125, 150 some pens per tray. Times 20, 24, something like that. But the problem is you usually find them restored and people want $2,000 for them. And I get it. It took me, what did it take me, 14, 16 months to do mine? And I have, you know, I probably have $1,000 in supplies, you know, just in stain and stripper and handles and all that stuff. You know, forget the labor. That was that was my fault. But if you got room for one of those, you know, you'd be in okay shape for a while. I always said if I found another one that was, I bought mine, I think. I bought mine. I have the date when I got it, or at least the year. 16 some years ago, 16, 17 years ago. I paid 400 or 450 bucks for it. Maybe not even that, but it had been painted over, and it was really a disaster. So I had to strip it. It was painted this bluish gray, depressing color. And had been clearly at a school. Because some of the doors they had, you know, kids had scratched in FU and stupid crap like that. You have some nice antique options, but the issue is the wife accepting it coming into the house. It signals that you'll be buying a lot more pens. No, you're future-proofing yourself. I've always said, though, and I believe at last we discussed it, Lisa is in pretty decent agreement. If we ever find another one, because there's one on Facebook Marketplace here, and they want $2,000 for it. Like who are you going to sell that to? Who's going to pay $2,000 for that? You know, because you have to go in, you have to break out all the dividers. That's a lot of work. I mean, that took me a lot of work. You know, so $2,000, and then I still got to do hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of work on it yet? I don't think so. Like the most I could see would be like 800, 850. If it were completely done and just ready for me to put liners in. That's it. Yeah, so this just broke off. That's okay. It's a huge barrel. Your partner doesn't have the collecting gene. I'd be much in the same boat if I came home with a cabinet. Look at that. That's pretty clean. Well, you know, outside of desk sets, you know, pens are really pretty small. So you get a nice big cabinet like that, it'll last you a long time. I mean, I think my case holds 2,600 pens. You've seen some old architect drawers that will do the job. There was an auction this weekend with an antique set of sewing drawers, but you would need to modify the inserts. Yeah, and that's what you have to do with the printer's type chest. I left one of the drawers intact because I thought it would be great for parts, but it turns out it's not even remotely good for fountain pen parts because, you know, some of the type spaces are very small. You can't fit anything in there. You never have the size you need. You'll be bidding at the auction on a Parker pen lot and a vintage silver Mont Blanc, which you will no doubt be outbid on. You never know. There was an auction today I missed out on. I was kind of mad. It was a lot of 4 pens, and I forget what the other 3 were, but one of them was a Parker Osmia. Duofold Osmia. And originally I was thinking it was a Pinol, or not a Pinol, but a Christian Olsen Duofold, but when I realized it was just an Osmia, I was just a Parker Osmia. I wasn't so upset. So this 61's got a lot of, I mean, it's coming through, but it's got a lot of, this was my clean water. We almost bought another flat file cabinet a couple weeks back. And, I mean, logistically, it would have been problematic to get, for sure. We would have had to rent a truck and, you know, all this stuff. But it was the right price, which is why it was so popular. And we didn't get it. Somebody else got it before us. But it was 6 feet tall. Now the drawers were deeper, so they would have been better for like box pens and things like that. But Lisa was the one that was like spearheading the whole thing. She's like, yeah, this would be great. We use this for parts. We use it for da 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 da. And I'm thinking, where the heck are we going to put that thing? It would have been actually right behind me. Boy, I wish you could put these in an ultrasonic. Yeah, I gotta be a little better this. Well, it's almost July, right? We're only a few weeks away from saying it's 4 weeks away from the DC Pen Show. Which I haven't been to in years, so. Well, this just keeps pumping out. Blue ink. Now, the good news is it's pumping it out easily. See how my water looks in here. Oh, that's black. We're not using that. We'll get some fresh water tomorrow and get cooking on those. When your parents had their business, they had several filing cabinets that had to be from the 40s and 50s, extremely well built and very, very heavy metal. Yeah, yeah. My printer's chest is pretty heavy. It's actually it's heavy. It's a little wobbly when you don't have any drawers in it. The prices they ask for those, they're just insane. They're just not. Well, it's only a very particular person is going to be able to utilize one of those. I mean, you can ask whatever you want, but someone's got to, at the end, someone's got to pay for it, right? That blows through kind of good. This is the Waterman, which I want to reseat. Parker and the Star. Star needs to be reset too. Whenever you see the feed like that, it needs to go back in. And that's the Waterman. Just something not right about that. It needs to come out actually a little bit. So we'll knock those two out. Currently have a 6-drawer metal stationery cabinet from the 60s. I put in Fulman pen sheets. Works well, however, it is now full and overloaded. My Grail pens are in an antique document box. I have a box that I have a little chest that I haven't used since I sold off a lot of my pens. That my grandfather made me. And I realized there's nothing in it, and I'm probably holding out because it's about Yeah, it's about screen width. It's about like yay big. 4 drawers. It's about like this. It's got little round feet on it. Uh, and I never asked for it. My grandfather made it for me one year for my birthday. And it was the most, I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? He's got red felt inserts and couldn't believe it. And I don't use it. I don't have anything in it. I really need to put something in it. I think I want to use it for daily, whatever the daily users are. And I want to keep it on my desk. It's too much clutter on my bench to use it, but it's really a special piece. But actually, it's kind of, if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit thin. So like really big pens aren't going to fit in it. Your writing buddy restored for you. Also made a tray insert that comes out so that it can double the amount of pens it holds. Wow, cool. Yeah, when I bought my printer's chest, it was actually missing a tray. And you can find the trays. They're not terribly hard to find. The problem is they made different sizes of trays of cabinets so that the trays don't always all fit the same. And you can pay a lot. So I was talking it over with a friend of mine was a luthier. There's also kind of he was into pens for a while. I think he realized he had. Oh, that's much nicer. He's now into like Model T's, Model A's. I forget which one. Model T's, I think. And he's got a nice Model T. There we go. That's better. So he got a few Pelicans that he liked, and and that's that. But he helped me make. See how much nicer that looks. You can see the two nice and clear, and then it's lined up nice on the bottom. Much better. He made a drawer for me that was double height that fit in the slots, and so there would be a slot in the middle. And I put boxes and stuff in it. But he made it of like similar material, so when I stained it, it matches. Everything matches. Boy, is that a different feed. It's got a little cover over it. The feed channel. And there's the hole there. Okay, so it blows through, so I don't have to worry about it. But All right, clean this up. Too much. It's a junior nib. That looks better. I think the rest of these are okay. This one I want to. Don't always like knocking these out because sometimes you can't get them back in. That is a much later, I believe a much later feed. It's tight, so we're going to use a little heat. Hmm. Better. Hmm. What is this? A Southern? Is that what this is? Yeah, Southern pen. I love how they make a big deal that it's 14 karat, and then on the sides, gold plated. Let's clean these off. Yeah, gold plated hidden behind inside the section. As if we wouldn't know, right? Although it'd be interesting to see how well it actually looked when new. I mean, this is pretty new-ish, but I mean, you can tell it's got kind of that orangey yellowish hue to it. I kind of like this star. This is kind of a cool little pen. Except for this dark crap in the threads. Sure. Just gonna kind of hang on to it for a little bit. Little Dr. G's here in the shot glass. No, that's better. Even after just a few seconds. So many good things this Dr. G is good for. You got a beautiful junior balance set you meant to share. Ebonized pearl vac filler, spiral pattern in the barrel to view the ink feed, and clear. Wow. I like ebonized pearl. I think I made one for myself earlier this year. Yeah, actually, I know I did because I had it for a long time, and it needed a nib, and it needed, like many of the pens I buy, it needed not only a nib, it needed a feed. I think I had the section for it. Well, that's much better. Bit small for you, but it's damn pretty. As long as I've got dirty water here. Let's actually clean out this. That looks good. Pick up this button. good. And this guy needs a big. I think put it in there 62 maybe, huh? Hopefully that'll work. Sometimes work better once you get a sack in there. All right, let's see if that was enough. This Duofold is pretty crusty. And last but not least, the inner cap on the Duofold, which is where all the ink is anyway. Probably just soak this whole thing in Dr. G's tomorrow. That will spin out. I can actually put both of them in there at once. Oh, it automatically shuts off. $20 seconds. Isn't that fun? Learn something new every day. Oh. All right. Well, they're disassembled. I know if I put sacks on them now, we can test them tomorrow, but I'm not going to do it. It'll be a good way to start the day off tomorrow. Plus, I also still want to maybe want to put this in some Dr. G's tomorrow while I'm doing the rest of it. You have to go and rug up for your ride. It's only 8 degrees Celsius, so you look forward to going to cafe for coffee. Take care. Yes, Hero. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate that. Thanks for the package. Really do appreciate it. It's very nice. Thanks. So we'll continue on these tomorrow. We should be able to get them sacked. Maybe these 61s will test. And I'll try to spend some time trying to come up with some other pens that I need to look at. I probably should test these other pens over here. Maybe I'll do those tomorrow too. But we'll do that tomorrow. I'll find some more pens, I'm sure. I've got some trays behind me. I really need to get to the DC pen show because I'm running out of stuff to do. When you start doing stars and southerns in discolored jade duofolds, although I have plenty of discolored jade duofolds, if there's like an interest. Hey, Spicy. I hope my back is stronger than the current heat. Yeah. As I lose weight, my back feels better. So we'll keep on that plan. I always have pens to repair, so you believe I'll find ones to repair. Yeah, I've got I think I have some coming in. Some client repairs too, so there's always those to do. I've got some desk sets. I just have to find some folks like the extreme wear as long as it writes. Yeah, I've got like a tray or maybe 2 or 3 of duofolds that look like this. But I guess if the nib is great, who cares, right? Is the USA super hot? Europe is being fried like a chicken. Yeah, I know. My wife Lisa and my daughter were just in Denmark, and it was like 85 degrees. And it was like 75, 80, maybe. at most maybe here, but and then in the evenings it was like in the low 50s. So it was pretty nice when she was gone, except for the rain. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I've got a bunch of that stuff. Sometimes I save it because then like the nib is good. Well, if I find a good Duofold Jr, I can put it in there. But maybe, you know, like we talked about the other day, maybe for $100, you know, if I got 10 Duofold Juniors that are discolored, what am I holding on to them for? In Freedom units, 95 Freedom units. Oh, he gaz. This is spicy. So we'll find something tomorrow. As long as I, you know, it's and let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'll be a little earlier than today. As long as I have some time, then Wednesday is not usually a heavy shipping morning. I can find stuff to pull, but we'll see. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Have a good rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Be kind, be well, and we'll catch you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye now.